Time I made a video, but I had to make this one to let you guys know that San Francisco, as far as deliveries are concerned, it's kind of dead out here. If you're still having those dreams of coming out to San Francisco to do some type of delivery work whatsoever, I think you should think again, because usually by this time you will see like a whole bunch of delivery people, bikes just riding around. San Francisco right now feels just like how Sacramento felt when I went out there. For a day, it was just dead. A lot of stores have closed down. I don't know what San Francisco is gonna be like though, but I think they're preparing for something new. And before the newness takes effect, the oldness has got to die. So I think that's why you're seeing like a lot of stores closing down, a lot of things that you're used to just like slowly transitioning. And it's kind of weird because like if you had been here maybe 2 years ago, you would realize that it was way bubblier, people were much friendlier. It was a happier place. You would see a whole bunch of tourists. But just look, it's a Sunday evening. And a Sunday evening, can you imagine that Walgreens down on Market Street? It's been closed for the past 2-3 hours, ever since there was some, news about someone getting killed there. I think that just gave them a reason to start closing it earlier. And that's a trademark location. It's not an ordinary place. That's Walgreens on Market Street. It's like really, really busy. Like everyone knows that store. You cannot be in San Francisco and not know that store. But now, due to circumstances, it's closing a lot earlier. So if that store has to close earlier, then it simply means that there's more of that type of scenario to come. A lot more closures, a lot more people walking around like zombies, a lot more of a doomy, gloomy feeling. I'm sure you guys saw the thing in New York of red skies. That's very ominous. That's very scary. So if you're doing deliveries, I think you really should, follow the minimalist approach and just like freaking save your money. Don't spend too much. Try really hard to, if you're gonna work all day, do what you gotta do. But enough of those days are gone where you feel like you're just gonna jump to another city and boom, jump to another city, just city hop and just get as much orders as you can. It's no longer the same. The life is not here in San Francisco anymore. Even when you mention that name now, it just feels a little boring. Before, when I hear the word San Francisco, I feel like, oh shit, San Francisco. I like that name. And that's what you get when you come out to San Francisco. You're like, San Francisco! But now, it just feels really, really dark. This is Sunday. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. There's nothing going on. If you turned on the delivery app, I'm sure you're not gonna like what you see. So maybe I should turn on the delivery app. Why not? I was feeling a little bored at home, so I figured I'd come outside and just see what happens. I went out to, grab a cigarette. I came downtown. I don't usually come downtown on a Sunday, but I did come downtown today because I was feeling kind of sick. So I've had 3 cigarettes for the day, and that's my cutoff. No more for the rest of the day. But let's see. Maybe LA might be the happening spot now for deliveries, because I talked to someone whom I know, and the person told me that LA has picked back up. Can you imagine LA before I came out to San Francisco? LA's delivery order ratio was like so low. So I jumped on the bus and I came out to San Francisco and it was popping out here. But now the same person tell me that LA is happening. LA is happening. LA is happening. Then maybe it's time to transition. But just take this as a word of advice. If you're thinking about just leaving your city to come out to San Francisco to get some kind of deliveries, I don't think that's a good idea, especially now. Oh shit, there's some movies playing. There are movies playing. Rise of the Beasts, Transformers. That's like $20. Maybe I should have gone to see that. But anyway, guys, I started to make this video. I realized that a whole bunch of people who made delivery videos with DoorDash and stuff, they stopped. That's the problem with jumping on trends. That's the problem with jumping on trends. When you jump on trends, you feel like, oh man, I'm a part of something. I'm making moves, I'm making strides, I'm growing. I'm following this trend, I'm just jumping on this wave. But the trend is like a wave. And remember, a wave doesn't last forever. It will go down eventually. And another wave, another trend will pick back up. Another trend picks back up and it goes all the way up. And you jump in that trend too and you're like, holy shit, I'm feeling great. I have jumped on this trend. I'm making moves, I'm making progress, and everyone's following me and I love this. You don't really love this. You just jumped on a trend. You forgot that a trend is a wave that will come back down. And eventually when it comes back down, what are you gonna do? So that's what's happening to a lot of people. Now, don't get it wrong. You know, a whole bunch of people who jump on a trend, some are gonna get lucky. Some are gonna get, grow and they will establish a career out of that trend. But even what's his name, Roberto Blake, it seems like he's struggling now. I don't know. It's like he has not posted, in a while. And he used to work his ass out. He used to work really hard. He makes videos. He posts consistently. He would do 3-hour live streams, which makes me want to make another video to say, well, we tricked into the social media era because the whole idea is for us to work less. If the whole idea is for us to work less, can you imagine how far off that target a whole bunch of content creators situations are? Like, they work way more than people that do regular jobs. Edit, shoot, create content, post, reinvent yourself, edit, shoot, create content, reinvent yourself, edit, shoot, create content, reinvent yourself. And this stuff takes time, effort. Just to make one video, you know how long it takes? Just to make one video, you know how long it takes? So I think they're actually working much harder than people that do regular jobs. But the reason why they do it, because it feels like a trend. It feels like everyone is doing it. This is the way to go. This is the way to financial freedom. Become a content creator. And I feel like a lot of us was like tricked into this, like pulled into it. We didn't really want to do it, but we didn't know what else to do. And we felt like everyone was doing that same thing. So we jumped right into it. And since we jumped right into it, now, after a while, after like several years, we realized that we just jumped into a trend. We just jumped into a freaking trend, and it's not going anywhere. The wave is dying, the wave's gone down, and we're going down with it. So what do? We spend all this time, all these years trying to build something on a sand castle. We're trying to build a sand castle. That's exactly what we did. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of feel like I gave up on trying to do the delivery stuff, because I felt like I never really wanted to do it in the first place. I only did it because I felt like everyone was doing it. It was a trend. It was cool. Whip out your cameras like you're whipping out your dick and start shooting videos and talk about DoorDash. Who's even making money off that stuff? Like who? Everyone has a market. Everyone has, clothing line. Everyone has something that you want to purchase. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Everyone has a marketplace. Everyone has something they want to sell to you. When the whole world becomes a marketplace, it becomes a sad place. Because when the whole world becomes a marketplace, it becomes a sad place. Because when the whole world becomes a marketplace, it becomes a very, very sad place. Because everyone has big, giant dreams of being super successful based on what they've been sold that got them into, setting up their shop in the first place. So some people, I don't think the idea of selling success to the whole world is a good idea, even though I know it benefits me too. But when we come to realize that not everyone is going to be successful, then realize why people are so sad. Because no matter how people tried, it was designed for people to fail. It was designed for people to go past this level, then become stuck. How many people are going to become like Marcus Brownlee? No matter how hard they work, how many people? So if you want to follow a trend, there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong because it's not easy. It's tough. It's hard. There's a lot of competition. And you don't know how long that trend is going to last. You don't know how long that trend is going to last. I don't know how long that trend is going to last. You don't know how long that trend is going to last. So, it's a risk. It's a risk that feels good for the moment because everyone is doing it. But later on, when you go on and climb that staircase and keep climbing, and you at that point where you can't even see where you started from, you're like in the middle, and the wave goes down. What do? Because the algorithm, they keep messing it up. You see people who have done like 400 plus videos. Today they're like at their 500th video. They used to get 20,000 views before, but now 20,000 views per post has become 30 views per post. 30 views, 40 views, 50 views, 60 views per post. So when is that person gonna rise up and get back to 20,000 views? Mind you, some of their videos even got 100,000 views. Some of their videos got 100,000 views. So I don't know, sometimes it feels like it's a cool thing to do. I think people just do it for social reasons because, it's a good way to connect, with people, have people, comment on what you say, laugh at your videos. But to be realistic with it, how many of us are going to succeed in this stuff? They really messed up the algorithm, and it's no longer what it used to be. They're making it harder and harder and harder so people can just be in a rat race, just like a hamster, just going around, just eating his tail, just going around in circles, not making any progress, not making any headway. That's why they messed up the algorithm. And it's affecting everyone. It's affecting a lot of people. And some people are growing and some people aren't. And it's sad. So, that's why I feel like, it's cool to just, rather than follow a trend, just do something you're really, really passionate about. But now there's a downside to that. If you do something that you're passionate about, and for you to make one post requires a whole lot of brick and mortar, studio setup, people watching, and a whole bunch of shit like that, then, that becomes a problem by itself because you're not going to be able to post as much as, several other people do post. So it makes you feel like, see, the people who follow trends, is a competition to post 4, 5, 6 videos in one day. Those are the people who follow trends, they want to and I don't really like that, because I feel like that, takes away the quality aspect in whatever you're posting. It just takes that away. And, it's not a very cool feeling compared to, when you watch quality videos. So am I saying don't follow trends? Absolutely not. if you find a trend that's cool, the new trend's rising every day. And the metaverse is coming fast, so maybe that might open up some more doors, for people to, start something new. I think it takes, being very visual, seeing what's happening, seeing what's about to take off. And if you're one of the first people to start a trend, you definitely can really bank, because by the time everyone else catches on to it, it becomes apparent that they're never going to catch up with you because you're one of the first people to start that trend. There was even a trend, where, conspiracy videos was a trend at some time. And I knew some people who were like really, really banking on conspiracy videos. But now they just become like regular YouTubers, people who used to get like 100,000 views, 1 million views. Can you imagine, falling from grace from, 1 million views, 2 million views, 3 million views, falling from grace? And I seen this dude, he used to be big in conspiracy videos back, like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But now I just, watched one of his videos. It was just regular. He had like 200 plus views. And this, what's his averaging now? Like 200, 300 views. And he just seemed really humble. He seemed like, that was not the same person you dealt with before. Because at that time, it was like high energy. He was drop all those conspiracy videos and people would jump on it. And he would make all these views and make all this money. So trends is a very, very dangerous thing, Trend is a very, very dangerous thing. And that's what they're selling to people. Hey, jump on what's trending. You got to get on board with what's trending. Oh, it went viral. This is trending right now. And, we soak up on that and, we jump on what's trending rather than what's trending inside of us, So I figured I'd make this video because, like, every once in a while, I've never made a video on what my own stuff in a while because, long story. But I've not made my own video in a while, and I was feeling guilty, that all these people making all these videos is trending and just getting on this bandwagon. I mean, you put on DoorDash, and Jesus Christ, all the channels that just come up making it, you helping this multi-billion-dollar corporation